Well done.
And we have a timer today. Thank you, Galina. The key to success is communication. Which famous business person said that? Anybody know? Okay, it's Chrysler Lee Iacocca.
Lee Iacocca.
Lee Iacocca. Communication leads to success in business and life. And if you tell me about, gosh, almost 10 years ago, to stand here and talk in front of you, you may have a problem. True story. Speaking in public speaking was one of the number 2, actually second to death is a fear of public speaking. And I was one of those people that standing up in even just a small, minute group of 6 people will freak me out, let alone a bigger group like this, let alone standing on stage a couple of weeks ago with several hundreds people on the floor, 1,000 of people watching me. Because of Toastmaster, it had helped me become a more confident speaker. Not speeding my talk, I'm enunciating and slowing down, helped me really to communicate without having the handshaking and the reverberation and just like very fearful fight and flight almost. And that's how it is for most people when it comes to public speaking. So today I want to talk about Toastmaster. I want to give you an insight of what a Toastmaster meeting looked like, and what are some of the benefits, and what it can benefit you, and how you become a member. And then within this meeting, we're going to conduct a mini version of it, which I will bring along. I have my timer here today. In Toastmaster, we time everything, even from a evaluation to 1 to 2 minute speech, to prepare a speech, to an overall general evaluator. Everything is timed because we believe we start on time, finish on time, and it's really crucial to respect that. With that, I want to give you some insight. When Toastmaster came about, it was the first meeting, who knows, was 1924 here locally, not too locally, but Santa Ana. October 1924 was the first meeting. And listen to this, not until 1973 we have some of the first women members. It took like 50 years. And now we are in 148 countries, and this year marked 100 years old. So we are one of the oldest leading speaking, helping leaders to be confident speaker in this field for sure. And let's see, some more fun facts. There are 352 plus members and over 1,500, almost like 16,000 clubs out there around the world. So it's really cool. And some of our mission is to empower individuals to become effective communicator leaders. We build new clubs, support all clubs achieving excellence. Our club mission, we provide a positive learning experience in which member can empower and develop communication, leadership skill, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. And some of our core values are integrity, respect, service, and excellence. We pretty much provide a high value communication. Sometimes if you have a speech or presentation, you have to prepare. Toastmaster not only provide a place for you to practice those speeches, you get evaluated. In our evaluation, we pretty much give you what we thought you did great and what some of the things you can improve and how to prepare it. In Toastmaster, we went from a manual back in those days, and now we have everything online. We have something called pathways, which is really cool. I think if you look at it, we have like 16 pathways. Like, what is this pathways? So what pathway is, when you first join Toastmaster, you will get assigned a mentor. In our club, that is, because we believe anyone that come in, we have somebody paired up with someone who know what they're doing and help them to prepare the first speech from that point. When they feel supported and have the confidence to give speech, they're more likely to come back. And we feel that mentoring is so important in our club. And where am I? Toastmaster not only provide those 16 pathways, in each one of them sometimes can help you become a better communicator. There's one that leadership dynamic. There's one that's called storytelling. I'm taking one on humor speaking because humorous is something that I'm working on. And there have 10 speeches in there, for example. They give you all the guidelines. They give the teaching points. Hey, if you want to give this first speech, this is what you need to do. You do A, B, C, D. Everything is laid out for you, and that's a cool part of it. It's not only helping you prepare a speech, everything is done up for you on videos. You can follow those. And the cool thing is you get to present to your club, and once you become a member, remember I said 1,600 clubs out there, you can choose to go any of those clubs and present your speeches. Nowadays, our club alone, we do a hybrid form. Thanks to COVID, April of 2020, I set up the first hybrid meeting on Zoom. So everything was on Zoom, and that was very interesting. We went from meeting in person like this to coordinate this whole thing on Zoom, everyone from their own bedroom and wherever they are working from, and it's really neat. Since then, we kept the hybrid form because some of our members extended over Yuba City, and then we have members, one time we have a member way over in Rockland area, so it's kind of nice. Even our club here is Statement Makers, which is our local club. We cater for local businesses, and we do at lunchtime, 12 to 1. I kept that up with the Zoom and the in-person. We meet here locally across from V3 actually, which is in the 3rd district, what do you call it?
The business part?
Yeah, the business part, 3rd business part. And then we provide on Zoom as well. And the cool thing of being on hybrid and on Zoom, we can have guest speakers that come all the way as another country. And I have people come away, some of our president come away all the way from the East Coast that can present on Zoom. So that is some of the benefit of it. And what does it cost? $66 to firstly join, $20 first, actually additional first timer that goes to corporate, and $60 for 6 months, so less than a cup of coffee a day, really, for every 6 months. And that entails you, like I said, you have access to our club. You can provide your speaking and the training. You can go to another club. If you have a training or a speech that you need to give at workplace, but our club couldn't provide it, I'll hook you up with our local club so you can go and present your speech. You will have the same welcoming as you in your local clubs. And Galina, for example, she's doing a contest. And I go, Galina, hey, there are all this time around here. You can go and practice your speech, get the evaluation, feel the confidence, even though we only meet 3 Wednesdays of the month, and sometime Wednesday, you don't have to attend all of them to get qualified. Sometimes you can meet 2 a month, and that's okay. We're not gonna disqualify you. You get what you put in, like anything else. If you show up, and now, do I have something more to learn? Definitely. Can I contribute? Of course. That's the reason I'm still continuing. I'm doing other parts actually I'm doing area director, and that's outside of my club. In my club, I'm a VP of membership. I take care of membership and anything to do with membership from A to Z, from signing them up to meeting the first point of connection, of connecting with them, getting them through how to sign up and following up with them, and to induction. With that, like I said, $66 at first, $20, and we have, for example, in our meeting, we will have prepare a speech, we'll have evaluation, we have table topics, we have a timer, master grammarian, and inspirational thought. With these 2 minutes, what I want to do is give you a sampling of what a table topic look like. This is given opportunity for everyone that works doing prepared speech to do 1 to 2 minute speech. So today we do a modification. We're going to do 30-second to 1 minute. And when you see Galena showing up the green, you know you have 30 seconds. You have like 15 seconds to wrap up. I have some questions here, and I'm gonna, unless you say, I don't want to speak, you put your hand up now. I'm just gonna throw a question, and I'm gonna get an invitation to one of you to go out and speak. So the first question is, what would you do differently if you knew nobody would judge you? Anybody? Otherwise, I will point. I will give that to Margaret.
You can give it to me. When I was younger, that was much more of an issue than it is now. So if I was in my younger self, I wish that I would have met more interesting people. You know, I kind of hung out with my friends because that's what your comfort zone is, right? And they're not judging you because they're your friends. So I think I would have put myself out there more with others. Okay, I can still talk. So I think that that's probably the one thing that I would have done is build maybe different types of relationships than, you know, things that I do now. I build different type of relationships versus my younger self.
Awesome, thank you. So this is kind of like a great way to get to know our members. The next question is, if you have to teach something and have a chance to teach it, what would it be? What would it be? Lori?
If I have to teach something, what would it be?
You can stand up. The cool thing about this is you can stand up and speak.
I would say patience. Well, one thing. Live life today as you live life to the fullest today, because you don't know what tomorrow brings.
Oh, wow. That was good.
The next question is, if life is a novel, if your life is a novel, what would it be? What would you name it? Marty, if life was a novel, what would you name it? And why? Or you can choose any of the other two that I said about if you have to teach, or if nobody cares and judge you, what would you do? You can choose those two.
Well, I'm going to choose the last one because this one's a little more difficult for me. If I could teach anything, it would be outdoor education. I think it's very important for people to get outside and enjoy what is out there from the elements and learn how to live in it. And not only live in it, but to thrive in it in multiple different aspects. Whether it's just out taking a walk, or learning how to spend the night out there, or finding your own sustenance, whatever. It's important to have those things. So if something ever happens to you, you're not going to fail in the world.
Okay. Think we have time for one more? When was the last time you tried something new that scared the freak out of you? Anybody? Sean?
Let's see. Last time I tried something new.
You want to?
I have one.
Sure.
No, you already spoke, sorry.
Go ahead.
You can choose any other one too, whether you want to teach, or if life is a novel, what would you name it? Or if no one judged you, what would you do? You can choose those two.
Let's see. I think if nobody would judge me, I would feel more comfortable being creative in front of people.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I have difficulties
Expressing.
being creative on situations exactly like this. So answering questions like that.
Yeah.
So
So this is where Toastmasters come in handy. We'll put you out of ease and you have an opportunity to practice. As you can see, you just had a little sample of what table topic is, and this is sometimes the first invitation for anyone who are fearful of prepared speeches. If they can stand up there for at least 30 seconds, just being here on stage, and even that 30 seconds of saying, experience what they're saying, will give them an invitation to having a lot of speeches.
I have a question.
Yes,
Is that
please.
okay?
Yes, questions.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
For example, this is where I'm struggling right now. I am, there's some new documents that we need to use in real estate, and I'm having a training tomorrow at noon with my agents, and I'm not the best at training. I mean, it's technical stuff, you follow the
Right.
document, it tends to get a little dry. I know as the broker, it's getting dry, it's dry for me. So it's almost like, I don't wanna say you have to entertain people, but it's almost like you have to spice it up somehow, and I don't know how to
Engaged, yeah.
keep them engaged without their eyes rolling back because it's legal jargon, and I need help with that.
Yeah,
Is that something that Toastmasters would
Of
do? So
course,
it's not like a
so-
speech,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like
yeah.
a,
so.
training
Right,
situation.
in Alex Maker, we had Christina, one time she came here and she did the presentation, I gave you evaluation, and next time she improved, and then she come back to our, we make it more spicy and make it more fun. And then we have another state worker who trained about safety. She came and, it's gonna be dry and boring,
yeah.
and she came and did her speech, we gave her overall what she did great, and how she can move things around and how she can throw in things in reality stories to make it fun. And she went back and changed her speech around, moving things around to make it spicy and fun. And Galina had to do a,
Yeah, so good question, Margaret. So I would say two things. I know tomorrow you can't come to our club because we meet at noon, and I
Yeah.
think your training is in the morning.
No, it's at noon, yeah.
So you
Yeah,
can't
yeah.
come. But next time, let us know. The other thing which I want to tell you is think about the demographics of your crowd. So are they Gen Z? Are they millennials? What are they? So add a little bit humor, and that's another thing we do. Because I tell you what, if let's say she's giving a speech or you're trying to train me, there is no humor or there's no like levity in it, we may forget because it becomes so boring.
Yeah.
Yeah, so make sure you understand like what can I do, because try to put yourself in your trainee's shoes.
Yeah.
So just like a snippet of that. So make sure if you have a PowerPoint presentation, rather than having tens of them, make it probably 3 and put less words. Talk about your experience. You remember Paula gave you the award, you know why? Because the best thing about you, not
Is
there are many
storytelling.
things. Storytelling, and you're relatable. So make sure use that your key.
Okay.
because that's who
You know,
you are, you're storyteller.
You're very unique, Margaret.
Mhm.
So use that tool,
Thank
tomorrow.
you. Yeah,
Yeah.
that gives me some pointers. Because
Throw
like I
in
said,
some
nobody
humor.
wants to listen, nobody wants to hear about the buyer-broker agreement.
Well, look how.
And 3
Sean did
pages
great.
of legal.
Right.
Nobody wants to go over that, but it's something that's important that has to happen.
Sean
Yeah.
did the most dry thing the other day, however, he made it fun and humor and how you can
Yeah.
interject.
Yes.
So use your personal story into it and how important it is. Like Sean, you said, like someone back to you and say, hey, this signature was not signed. That's how you can grab their attention. Why is it so important to know about these little tiny details? And your personal story, pick out someone else's story that is maybe not yours,
Yeah.
that have about those documents, and you can make it up. But next time, give us a week ahead, come and we have some of the best evaluator and we'll give a
Okay.
feedback for you.
Thank you.
With that, any questions, any other
Maybe
questions?
reach out to Wei
Wei?
after we're
Yeah.
really falling behind. I want to get everybody
Sorry,
out here
yeah.
on Saturday.
Yeah,
Sorry.
thank you. No, that's fine, thank you.
Thank you. Very good, Wei.